Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to Bare Bones Motorcycles. I'm Rich, and today we're going to look at finishing the under tray and playing around with the front of the bike. Okay, so this is how I've ended up. It's an awful lot different to the last video. The result is what I was going for. I've got a few time-lapse videos just to take you through the process of how I've got here. Okay, while I'm waiting for the paint on the back of the bike to dry, I've quickly flipped it round and I'm just going to spend some time putting the controls on the handlebars and just generally having a tidy up all the cables so they're not all hanging down off the bike anymore. Okay, now the control, okay, now the handlebar controls on Suzuki's tend to have, if I take this, open this up a little bit, just here, this little lug, this needs to sit in a hole in the handlebars to stop, it basically stops it rotating when it's done up. Others accomplish the same thing by having this as a really tight fit, so when you do the screws up it clamps it and it can't move, but this is actually like a real solid location, so we need to just mark out on the bar where that needs to go, pop a little hole in, and then that'll sit in there and it'll all be lovely. Now it's worth taking your time over this because obviously you don't want to drill loads of holes in your handlebars. So the way I'm doing it is, if I come out a little bit, you can't see on the screen, but just on the end I've got about 1 millimetre of handlebar sticking out there because I need room for bar ends to go on. I want the buttons to be easily accessible with my thumbs whilst I'm sat on the bike, so I'm going to tilt it a little bit there, and using, oh, I don't have one near me, do I have one in my pocket? No, reach. Okay, there we go. So using a permanent marker, I'm going to mark where that's going to be. So when you take that off, I know I need the hole to be in that. I need the hole to be in that box. I'm going to do the same for the other side because that's got one as well. Drill some holes and get it all bolted together. Right, for for the clutch side, I can't put the hole in yet because I haven't got a grip to put on to this side of the handlebar yet, because this grip's going to be coming off as well on the accelerator side. So this is just going to be sat on here for now. I'll pop the screws in lightly so it can't come off, but this is just going to need to be set up later on. The other side, we'll get that drilled so you can still see it, and I'll put the bar in for this little handlebar brace, and then we'll see where we're at. Does help if you use the sharp side. Okay, now the paint is pretty much, it's not fully dry, but it's close enough. I'm going to start test fitting the parts which need to be housed in here. So we've got the rectifier and the two relays. I've uncoupled them at the moment because I need to do a little bit of rewiring. The leads for the cables, I just want to lengthen a little bit just to give it a bit more play, but we can still fit these in, that's not a problem. I'm going to put the rectifier in first and then see where we go with the other two. Okay, so the last few bits to go into here are the ECU, which is a relatively big chunk. So this I'm probably going to put about there, and then just above it I've got the seat lock, which I've robbed off of the old subframe. And this I'm going to put probably right there and just screw it straight through this plate, because it's going to be plenty firm enough to not go anywhere. So yes, once those are in, most of the hard work for this is going to be done. I know you haven't quite finished where I said we were going to finish. Let me just move the camera a sec. There we go. So I know I haven't quite got to where I said I was going to. I think in the last video we were going to be looking at making the seat pan. I couldn't do that because I'm an idiot and I forgot to order the fiberglass. So I have had to fill this out a little bit, so apologies for that. The plan, I think, is still to maybe do the seat next time, or perhaps look at the pannier racks, because I want the rack to be able to go under the seat so that it's locked on as well as bolted on, which is something I'm going to have to look into once the other bits are attached. So yeah, that's where we're going to be going. I hope you found what I've done in this video useful. Perhaps you could use it when doing your own modifications to your bike. Figuring out where the electronics go for me is one of the most tricky things to do, because, you know, bike manufacturers put them in a way which is, you know, most beneficial for the build process. So if you're rebuilding a bike and you're having to rethink everything they've done, there's a lot going on. Things like rectifiers and stuff, they do get hot. ECUs, they need to be ventilated really, so having it somewhere where there's adequate through flow of air and things, it's stuff to bear in mind. If you do have any comments or anything, please put them in the box below. I'm more than happy to read what you have to say and reply back to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.